Hello, this is Dancingbear, your autistic prince, president-elect at Myerscough College, the people's chosen, Lancashire's favourite son.
I'm just the other guy. I'm just Tom.
We have both got tasty, refreshing beverages. We have both just cracked open a can of Pepsi Max.
Other brands are available.
Not that was subliminal messaging or advertising in any way, shape or form.
No, it's just my personal opinion is I find Coke Zero rather shit.
Right, before we crack on another sensational episode,
we do have to apologise because we have missed one. We missed last week's podcast and this week's is going to be late just because I work nights, he works days. It's with a lot of overtime coming up to get money for Christmas.
End of the day as well, with a kid on the way, I think it's safe to say we both have other commitments, so it's finding the time that we're both available. It's not always easy. So, yeah, we do apologise for not being able to make a podcast last weekend, but we will try to the best of our ability to ensure that doesn't happen again.
Yes. So,
what do you want to cover?
About? Well,
so much has happened, hasn't it?
Because I've actually been in public.
Well, we were speaking in depth. I think it's safe to say Koala, or just Tom, as he likes to call himself now.
Well, Koala's
has just seen Joker.
I have seen Joker.
Do you want to make this spoiler free then, or
this will be 100% spoiler free.
Right, okay, then begin. Now, I already know your thoughts on this film because we went into in serious depth yesterday. But go on.
Where to begin? So, for starters, the movie Joker is unlike any comic book movie I've ever seen. It's definitely about the villain, but I had this weird thing with watching it and it's brilliantly directed because I know this is what they were going for. It hooked me from the first scene with a joke that I think goes over some people's head because I've not really seen anyone talk about it. In the opening scene, he's putting on his clown makeup and his lips going and quivering and his eyes are watering so his makeup's running and he keeps trying to force himself to smile with his hands to the point it looks like it hurts.
Right.
And I smiled. And, my girlfriend with me was like, what? And I was like, you don't get it. He's putting on a happy face with the makeup. He's drawing a smile. You get, people with depression just put on a happy face. It'll be right.
Yeah.
So he literally did that in the first scene. And I like where this is going.
Right, I see.
And with the whole Joker's backstory and the ideas behind it that they took from the comics and that, yes, he's got a name in this movie that hasn't really existed in the comics, to the best of my knowledge. But, no, he also doesn't have a name because things happen in the movie and his past is unravelled, or is it? There are things in this movie that are possible, to the point where I left the cinema and had a conversation with my girlfriend. And so, did that really happen? Because we weren't sure what had actually happened in the movie and what hadn't.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of it had definitely happened, but some of it, it's like, it's the little things. Did that really happen? Did that person...
Yeah, no, I can completely understand that, funnily enough. It does sound like a great film, to be honest with you.
The first half of the movie, I felt sorry for him.
Right. I have heard that.
I sympathised with him. Obviously, I am not like him, but with him, he's got no friends, he's a bit of an outcast, I'm not as bad as that. I've got friends.
Yeah.
But
so he says.
But I did lose contact with loads of people.
Yeah,
and I'm a bit of a loner, and I just put myself into my work.
You are quite a lone wolf, not completely, but
I'm a wolf pack of one.
Wolf pack of one.
But so I felt sorry for him for the first half of the movie, and then the second half of the movie, I realised that they've turned him into a monster. They've changed my opinion of a character through the movie.
I have spoke to a couple of people who've seen the Joker film, like you, and they have said very similar things in terms of the character development in the film, without obviously revealing too much. But I have been told the same information, so interesting.
Yeah, and Robert De Niro's in this movie, and I love Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
I think he's a great actor, but his performance was more or less an extended cameo in this movie. He's a dude on the TV, and he doesn't actually appear in the movie a lot until the end, so he doesn't really get to show off his acting. He's literally stood on stage talking.
Wow.
But Robert De Niro, I think, is only in it because this movie is slightly based on Taxi Driver.
Without giving too much information away, is it safe to say that this is set in Gotham?
Yes. No, it makes that very clear from the outset. It's set in Gotham in the 80s, with the premise being if the Joker did what he did modern day, we'd catch him in seconds because of smartphones, cameras everywhere, all that.
Yeah, I remember you
then,
making a very
there
similar
were
point.
no, like, there weren't really any cameras. But I will say this for the movie, it's brilliantly directed because he's so skinny and malnourished looking in the movie, but he looks really healthy as he becomes Joker, to the point you put on the suit and dances down the stairs, the famous scene.
Yeah.
He just looks, it's like he was always meant to be this person. And the first time he kills someone in this movie, it's the first time he seems to be happy at all.
Wow.
It's the first time he shows any sort of enjoyment.
Oh, wow. Fair enough. Now, I think we need to get this over and done with. Now, you knew this was coming.
I did.
I am going to grit my teeth and have a little rant. I am miffed. No, that he's putting it calmly.
He's so angry.
I am naff.
He used the word miffed in a serious conversation.
What is it?
One is quite miffed.
I tell you what. You start this off. If you need your memory jogging, allow me. But you gave me a piece of information this week over the phone call that a certain someone thinks made an outrageous claim that this particular individual believes that Marvel is the MCU is damaging cinema. Now, who is this great esteemed person that to have such an opinion? Tell me who he is. Tell me who he is. You know, to make
it's Martin Scorsese, isn't it?
Who is he? Like, you know,
he's just some like nobody that like directed the Godfather movies.
Right, now.
I've never heard of these movies.
I never heard of him.
No, they aren't great movies.
No,
well,
right.
Two of them. There's two Godfather movies, and both of them are great.
Right. No one's disputing that The Godfather had a brilliant impact, a great impact in cinematography. No one is disputing that. But let's just be clear about one thing. The MCU covers now, over 20 movies?
Yeah.
Now, you got to put into consideration, that was a bold move to make. That was brave. And a lot of artists, a lot of performers, a lot of the directors went out on a limb to make movies, to make great entertainment. Now, in my opinion, I have asked a numerical amount of people this, the only thing I can interpret why anyone who is in the same line of work, in the same line of business, will make such a statement is envy. And I'm sorry, from an artistic perspective, everybody, all I can say is because he wasn't bold enough to do something similar, he's jealous because it paid off for someone else. Now, I'm not disputing that The Godfather were great movies. I'm not disputing that at all. But he's got some sheer fucking neck and audacity, everybody. This is coming from the guy who romanticises organised crime. Right? Romanticises it, yet he's somehow wakes up in the morning, looks out the fucking window and thinks he's got an opinion. Am I wrong saying that?
No, but at the same point, I can understand his... I was going to say I can understand his point, but I can't. But loads of other people jumped on the bandwagon.
Jennifer Aniston, one of them. Now, don't get me wrong, great actress, but what has she done except for 50 different fucking rom-coms? Oh, because we've never fucking seen that before, have we? Fuck me, we're bored of it.
Jesus! James Gunn, director of Guardians of the Galaxy, you know that guy?
Yeah, great guy.
He jumped on the bandwagon and said, of course I bloody cinema.
Yeah.
But he put out a very good point, a counter-argument. So, alright, Martin Scorsese, you think Marvel movies are not cinema, but your granddad thought gangster movies were ruining cinema and weren't cinema. And his granddad thought that Western movies were ruining cinema.
Yeah. It's... to be honest with you, I said this. I made a similar testament, if that's the right word to describe. When someone says the MCU or any type of genre isn't cinema, regardless of what genre it is, even horror to a certain extent, and I don't even like horror, to be honest with you, it's damn insulting to the people that work their asses off in production, that are there acting this film or any particular movie, and when someone says it isn't cinema, cinema is whatever you want it to be. Cinema is a form of art. A form of art is a form of expression. Now, anyone who says that isn't cinema doesn't know what they're talking about.
Well, the director of a few of the Iron Man films and the writer, who also plays Happy in the MCU, he jumped on and said, I don't know, he said, I have to find it, he said something like, I don't know what to say to this because Martin Scorsese is one of my all-time heroes.
Yeah.
So I respect and honour his opinion, but at the same point, I don't see how it's not movie. Because if you go back and look at some like... Because apparently some director has said, well, these characters don't have development. Okay, Tony Stark in Iron Man 1 to Tony Stark in Iron Man, 3.
Yeah.
And all sorts. It's Captain America. They have character development. It's just a lot of people are still, especially older people, are in the mindset, that came from a comic book, it's for a child.
Well, this is it again. This is a generation. I mean, not me specifically, but this is what people are doing again, turning it into a generational thing. That I hate people who say, "Oh, back in my day." Things evolve, right? That's just life. Things move on. Things arguably get better.
Right, okay.
So why is it a far stretch of the imagination that cinematography should evolve?
Here's the sort of argument this has spawned.
Go on.
So where is it? I've got the quote here. Hours after the Martin Scorsese thing happened, the Doctor Strange co-writer said on Twitter, Mark Twain, Mark Twain, the writer,
I do know Mark Twain,
once said, Jane Austen, every time I read Pride and Prejudice, I want to dig her up and beat her head in. And beat her over and over again, the skull with her own shin bone. Sometimes even the greatest artists can talk shit about work as immortal as their own. They're not allowed to be wrong.
Do you know what? The point I've been trying to make for the last 5 to 10 minutes is there in that particular tweet. It's Koala is reading a Joss Whedon tweet. I always struggle to pronounce his name, funnily enough, which is really Whedon, Joss Whedon. Anyway, yeah, what does he tweeted? A long pause as Koala is reading this tweet.
It isn't a cinema of human beings trying to convey emotional, psychological experiences to another human being. I first think of James Gunn, how his heart and guts are packed into Guardians of the Galaxy. Basically, he's just backing up some of the movies.
Right, yeah.
So
interesting. So yeah, I remember telling you about the Robert Downey Jr. What his thoughts on it were. He was pretty good. I can't remember what he actually said word for word. But
yeah, no, I think because the Marvel movies are making so much money and they are dominating.
Yeah.
Certain directors are just getting annoyed, oh, no one's coming to see our movies now, or people don't care about the real issues.
My movie's not mainstream anymore because I made Godfather fucking 100 years ago. Oh, fucking hell, toughen up. Sorry, I get wound up. Go on.
Is that I'm pretty sure Spielberg, the god man he is,
yeah,
the big dig OG,
probably arguably the biggest name in cinematography history. Carry on.
Turned around and said, he said something like, what's wrong with Marvel movies?
Yeah.
So does that mean Scorsese wants to step to this fight? Because Spielberg will just lay your ass out. He'd take off his scarf or cravat or whatever and be like, come on.
Yeah.
If anything, I'm glad that Michael Bay has not been in the MCU because he'd just go blow every fucker up.
Oh, well, it annoys me, to be honest with you. Hang on,
but at the same point, friendly criticism is all right, and as a whole, most of the directors of the MCU have taken it well, and a lot of the actors until personal digs are
Is
done.
it friendly criticism though? Right, I'm not being disrespectful. Is it that though? Friendly criticism is this, right? Now you could say to me, "Hey Van, you look fairly well dressed, but personally I don't think white really goes well with this shirt." That is positive criticism. Or is this just some old guy who's about 100 years old, Mardy and Arsey, because of the plain and simplistic fact, movies aren't like they used to be anymore.
Yeah, but
so
times
fucking
change.
what? Yeah, exactly.
What did Jennifer Aniston, what did she say?
I don't know. I do remember.
I remember now.
Yeah.
I will never be in a Marvel movie because I don't think standing in front of a green screen for 2 hours is acting. I'm sorry, love.
Right, she's a great actress. I'm not disputing that. Well, she was in a brilliant comedy 20 years ago. I like Friends. But that is it. I mean, what other films has she been in
Bruce
apart from rom-coms? That's a comedy. Give me another movie that she's been in except for that genre. There's probably the occasional one, but she hasn't really spread her wings in that aspect that I'm aware of.
No.
So, let's face it, is Jennifer Aniston making a bold statement like that
But
because she would never do Marvel? Or is it because Marvel never fucking asked her to because she ain't that fucking good? Sorry.
At the same point, I also want to know, has Martin Scorsese sat down and watched the Marvel movies? Has Jennifer Aniston sat down and watched the Marvel movies? Or are they just being that old man or woman that just be like, those are for kids?
Exactly, just dismissing a genre. I mean, to say, you're meant to be
what
artists.
What do you reckon is the most grown-up and hard-hitting Marvel movie?
Oh, you are asking something now.
Because I'm sorry, anyone that can sit down and say that Hugh Jackman has Wolverine in his growth in some of the movies, alright, Origins wasn't very good, but, like, anyone that can say that's not acting.
Yeah. I'll tell you what all this reminds me of. I won't reveal his full name, but someone...
Tony Stark going from an arrogant alcoholic that don't give a shit about no one to sacrificing himself.
Exactly. I'll tell you what this reminds me of. I won't reveal his full name because he doesn't deserve bad publicity. He's actually a good guy. Excuse me. That's a burp then. Excuse-moi. But this reminds me of a certain guy who had a different opinion from everyone, not because he actually believed in that opinion, but he was that desperate to try and come across self-relevant and edgy. There is people out there like that, that'll voice a certain opinion, not necessarily because they believe in it, because no one said that particular opinion before. Do you know what I'm trying to say with that? Well,
I kind of do that myself sometimes, don't I? If we're talking and you say something, I try and take the point of view of someone else.
No, I get what you're saying. No, what you do, and what you do is pretty clever, actually. And I'm not just blowing proverbial smoke up your ass. You always present the opposite opinion, why people might think a certain way. That's not just coming up. It's hard to describe what I'm trying to get at. Some people just
play
voice
devil's
an opinion.
advocate on purpose.
But there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not trying to portray that in a negative light. What I'm trying to portray in a negative light is people try to... Go on.
Do you know what's just popped in my head?
Go on.
I know why Martin Scorsese's pissed off with him.
Go on.
Because he knows that if the Godfather movies happened in the Marvel Universe, Iron Man's shooting him in the face.
Yeah.
Let's face it. Oh, well, welcome to the Godfather movies. Oh God, the Punisher's here.
The Punisher's. But yeah, no, I just find it, the reason why I get well, not even worked up, to be honest with you. Well, yeah, no, that's a correct description. That's as good as any. Is because when someone turns around and says Marvel isn't cinema, you're insulting a lot of hard work. A lot of dedication has got into them films.
Didn't someone turn around and say that he doesn't consider, or he or she, I can't remember who it is. Someone turned around and said they don't consider any actor in the MCU to be an actor. And it's like, hold on. Yeah. You've got to sit there and watch a movie and you've got to believe that Chris Hemsworth is a god.
Yeah.
You've got to believe that Natalie Portman is dating said god. Alright, not believable. But, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
That can be as far as it wants away from Marvel, because if they just labelled that some other sci-fi thing, you wouldn't know.
No, exactly. You made me laugh when you asked me if I knew who Michael Straczynski were. And I was like, does Dyson know anything about Hoovers? Of course I know who he is. Do you know what I mean?
Please don't mention Hoovers.
Why?
On to my next point. I went to see the Circus of Horrors.
Oh no, you're not letting this one go.
No. This is tied into it. I went to see the Circus of Horrors.
Oh right.
They were actually really good. The first half was brilliant.
Oh right, yeah, I know what you're gonna say.
If anyone remembers them from 2011, Britain's Got Talent, but the actual shows, they've got swearing, and we were warned it would have nudity. So all through the show, there's these two girls dancing, and there's acrobats and fire eating, and there was one bit where there was a woman, she was doing a whole acrobatic spinny thing,
right.
but it was her hair holding her up.
Ah, see. Interesting.
And one of my favourite acrobats in it, they brought out this guy while they're all in lab coats, laughing to, like, you know, a song from, like, Rocky Horror Picture Show or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, the lab scene. And one of them pulls out a chainsaw and cuts his legs off, right? And his legs come off and he falls on the floor, and it's just like, Jesus, girlfriend's there, like, fake blood everywhere, everyone laughing. He starts crawling around, he goes on the rafters, hangs down from the ropes, does that spinny thing. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
So literally an acrobat who just, well, he's got no legs.
Yeah.
Do what you can. So he was a zombie crawling around.
Wow.
And, like, two demon nurses, every time he tried to crawl away to get to the crowd, they pull him back and stuff like that. And then these two girls, they're on stage. They're acrobats. Not acrobats. They've been dancing all through it. They get hula hoops.
Yeah.
Loads of them. It's amazing. All through it, they're starting to strip. So, ooh. They get down to their underwear. Ooh. Black. Boom.
Lights
off. All right. Lights on.
And you watched this with your girlfriend, did you say?
I did.
And what did your girlfriend think of this?
She enjoyed it.
She enjoyed it.
It was only that bit. And the acrobats were good, like building totem poles of people and stuff like that. And the live band was good.
Oh,
it was like it was
it.
heavy metal music.
Yeah.
And rock music.
Yeah.
With like horror themed acrobats and like zombies and there was this little person.
Ah, interesting.
In a strongman's getup, like old school leopard print, stood next to a Henry Hoover. I was like, "What's going on here?" Sexy music starts.
Wow.
And he starts hoovering himself, and then he strips.
So what is this? Is this a film? Is this
no on stage?
It's on stage.
Yeah, it was at the Empire Theatre.
Oh wow!
And I'm just taking a pause there for a moment because he was hoovering himself. He was stripping, and then he got 100%. And how do I stress this? 100% bollock naked. Now, my next statement, ladies and gentlemen who didn't go and see the Circus of Horrors, has anybody seen a midget go balls deep in a Henry Hoover? Because I have.
I was going to ask you, actually. I was going to attempt to put you on the spot then. How does one hoover himself if you had to explain the dynamic?
Well, but just like pull it off. And then it went on for too long, and everyone else in the room is like laughing, and I just looked at my girlfriend and confused looked, and she looked at me. It's like, all right, I've got a pretty warped sense of humor, but what the fuck's going on now?
Yeah.
When I say it went black and then nothing, a little bit more happened before that. There was like a strongman bit and blah 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 because he was in the strongman getup. But yeah, and then he walked off stage to this music playing with the Hoover still attached to him while he's there naked. Like,
oh
and it's
wow!
Like, what the fuck did I just watch? And then it just carried on. But yeah, no.
Interesting. It's funny, you know, you should bring that up because I was saying to you yesterday, and I think it's...
Please do not tell me you go around fucking Hoovers.
No, I don't go around fucking Hoovers, but I was going to say to you...
You was going to say that,
No, I wasn't going to go... Betty's Hoover will never look the same again.
I'll make Henry
Have you seen them little pink Hoovers?
Yeah.
Hetty, not Betty.
That's the problem with all of this.
Henry and Hetty.
Is I love those Hoovers.
They used to have them round school. They were like the Undertaker.
We used them at work. I can't look him in the eyes.
Oh, have you got a Henry or a Hetty?
Henry and James. I don't like James though. He's a bastard.
Why is James a bastard?
Because
strong language in this episode, but yeah.
You wind Henry up on your way to the next job.
Yeah.
James, you sit there for ages wrapping the cord around like, you little shit.
Oh, wow. But no, as I was going to say, as I explained to you yesterday, and I think I should show my faithful audience. Now, I knew of certain songs of this film, or this... I don't know what the correct terminology is. I don't want to use the word play. Musical. That's what I was after. But I never saw Les Miserables from start to finish.
Les Miserables.
Les Miserables. Until start to finish. Until
What's
this past
that
week.
translate to? It's the Miserables.
It's just miserable. I asked my mum, and my mum's really into her musicals, but according to her, it just translates as miserable.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
Yeah. So
But
I watched it from start to finish. Bloody good film.
Yeah.
Bloody good musical.
Did you have
Enjoyed
the same thing as me, where you wanted to be like, right, I'm going to get Hugh Jackman some lockets. He's got a blocked nose here.
Right. Me and my mum agreed to this. He has got a good singing voice, but it wasn't, in my opinion, I know
It's
people
very
disagree,
nasally.
it wasn't operatic enough. It wasn't right for opera.
No.
Now, I am not saying Hugh Jackman, he's got a bad voice. Fucking Great Showman speaks for itself.
That, but at the same point, do you want to know Hugh Jackman's singing voice? Do you know what it's very similar to? For those that haven't heard it, Ronan Keating from Boyzone.
Yeah, I can see the resemblance.
Yeah.
I can see why you'd make that comparison. I can.
Bet you never look at Wolverine the same now, though.
Yeah, well, Hugh Jackman has, unlike Jennifer Aniston, sorry, bad cough there. Hugh Jackman has shown that he can be diverse in his acting roles, to be fair. So I think that's great. Unlike Jennifer Aniston. Sorry, this coffee's bad. I really should quit smoking. Sorry, go on. Am I going to get a Jennifer Aniston fan club fucking trolling me now? Can you imagine? Oh my god! You know, proper Friends fan clubs and shit. Commenting aggressively on our comment section. Could you imagine if that happens?
Whose favourite friend is Jennifer Aniston? I mean, obviously, yeah, she made it, but alright, there might be a Friends fan club, but does she have her own fan club?
I wouldn't surprise me.
I'm fucking Googling this. Yeah, I asked you about the writer. Yeah. I knew I was kind of making a joke. I was just seeing if you did, but what's his name?
Michael Straczynski.
Yes, and why do you know him?
Because he masterminded Babylon 5.
It's not even a top search. Jennifer Lawrence Marvel, Jennifer Lopez.
Hey, if we ever get famous enough, I need to say this because I am just a fanboy. I am just... what's the wrestling terminology for it? I am just... I can't remember the words. My vocabulary's gone out the window. But I'm a big fan of Jennifer Lawrence. So if we ever get big enough that someone like Jennifer Lawrence ever listens to us... Hi, Jennifer Lawrence. I just thought I had to throw that out there. You know, I'm just fanboying.
Get a bit ahead of yourself.
Well, there's no harm in fanboying. I'm such mark. That is the word, the wrestling term for it. I am such a mark for Jennifer Lawrence.
Where does that come from? Also, yeah, she does have a fan club and it's got 168 likes.
Should we join it? Just troll everyone. No, I am against trolling out there.
Yeah.
Not encouraging.
I'm fine with friendly banter, and if someone starts...
What is trolling? Like, what is the definition? Because I don't actually know, to be honest. I just thought if it was someone saying something negative.
It can be, but it can also... Think of it as a mixture between joking and bullying. That can go too far.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to troll people. Bloody hell, I don't want people thinking that of me, of all things. No, but I'd laugh if people started trolling us because of this particular episode.
Well, I mean, if it gets comments and views, I'm not really too fussed.
Yeah. Oh. Was it Oscar Wilde who said bad publicity is still good publicity because people are still talking about you? Was it Oscar Wilde who said that?
I think so.
Right, you were going to say something then. Sorry, I cut you off then. A long pause.
For suspense.
Yeah.
Greatest space battles, top 10. What was your number one and what did you
Well,
get?
I'll tell you what.
What did you agree on? Did you watch the one I sent you and Dave sent you?
Yes, I did.
You did. What did you think of that?
I thought it would be... I'm not going to reveal it. Don't say out. But what I will do, I'm going to give... I said I will give people another week because obviously people gave it...
No, because I wanted to do it... This one now, and then we're asking another question.
Okay. Well, I haven't counted the votes up, so I will need, if you don't mind, another week to count them all up because people are still coming in. A lot of people have private messaged me, to be fair.
Right.
But all I will say, and all I will reveal, is the Battle of Endor in Star Wars doesn't even get mentioned. No Star Wars battle gets mentioned.
I'm curious from what you've seen, because I've been sent a few from things like Gundam, which are great space battles, anime related. and I know a few game ones.
Yeah.
What are you sent the most? Games, movies?
Movies. No.
TV,
Movies.
TV shows? Space shows?
There's been... Right, I don't want to say too much, but I've received a few from people I talk to on a regular basis. I have received 4 votes from 4 different Star Trek battles. I don't want to say too much, but one of them's meant to be really well known. I've seen what you and Dave has sent, because was it the same video?
Yes,
yeah, it was, wasn't it? I did see that, and I got. Right, I tell you what, because it will be number 10. I'll meet you halfway. I will reveal number 10, and number 10 is at the beginning of the second Guardians of the Galaxy. Do you know I can't remember the name of the scene itself, but it's
Against the Sovereign.
Yes.
With all the remote control
Yes,
ships.
that's number 10.
That is a good fight.
That is a good battle. Yeah, my mum voted that as well.
But
I should bring a name into that.
Because I would have said that's a very cinematic battle.
Very good battle, but I'm counting all the votes in because one battle has got more than one vote. Are you with me? This is how I'm doing it, so I'm tallying it up like that. So, yeah, but
Right.
that is number 10.
Here is my question, and I am actually going to put a rule in this one.
Right.
Rule number uno. If it ain't commented underneath the YouTube video or put underneath the post of this week's podcast, it will not be counted.
Oh, you have
Private
spoken.
messages do not count.
Private messages do not
we
count,
want
everybody.
to actually try and, so I can see it as well.
That is fair enough, because, I'll show him the messages,
Yeah.
but it's only fair to the audience that they
Plus,
get to see something as well.
Yeah, then it can easily be seen.
Right.
And we can also put our own opinions in.
That's fair.
The question I want to ask, and you can take this from, I'll say, comics, anime, manga, games, or movies.
Yeah.
Or TV shows.
Yeah. So anything that is any fictional platform.
Yes.
So don't try and put the Battle of Stalingrad, because it won't work.
No, well, it's not battles. I want to know, what is your favourite sci-fi race?
Ooh, interesting.
Limited to anything not originating from Earth. So, no Terminators. Parallel universes can count.
Parallel universes can count. Okay.
But it's got to be a very
so
different
no
Earth.
mutants then,
No.
because they originated from Earth.
So, favourite sci-fi race, from pick a Star Wars as loads, Star Trek as loads. There's Guardians of the Galaxy as loads. Men in Black as loads.
Yeah.
People might have a favourite. What's your favourite alien race? Oh, then worm people. Frank.
Good idea. No, that is a solid idea.
Right.
That.
So we clear on the rules, peoples.
I think
underneath
we're clear.
the YouTube video or commented.
You have to comment your favourite race, alien race, from any science fictional platform, and please comment in the comment section. Otherwise, it will not be counted. Is that fair to say?
Or underneath
Do
the
not
post
private message
for
me.
this podcast on Irvine's Facebook.
No. So I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I honestly think that's fair. It's only because it's not fair, and everybody else who listens to the podcast won't get a chance to see the vote itself if you private message me.
Yeah.
If you know me personally.
Plus,
fair
someone
enough.
you might be thinking, "Oh, that's my favourite." Then someone puts something from another franchise, and you go, "Oh my god, how did I forget?"
Yeah, exactly. This is what we're trying to.
You might want to put down
instigate.
Klingons. And then someone says something like, "Oh yeah, I remember. Worf's a little bitch." Never mind that.
Oh dear.
I personally think the Q's quite a good alien race.
Q's a good race. The Borg.
The Borg.
Species 8472. Even though
Groot.
Groot. What race is he?
Groot.
Is that the name of his race?
I don't remember the name of his race.
Groot.
He's actually speaking English.
Is he?
Yeah. But
Was it you? Yeah, go on.
Groot's vocal cords are made of wood, so they resonate different, so no one can understand him apart from someone that's got really good hearing, say an animal or a raccoon that can talk, or an Asgardian. Hence why Thor and Rocket can understand Groot.
So they can, from their perspective, right? So from Thor's perspective, he's actually talking like we are. Or...
In the comics, Thor has something. He has a power little known to people because he is a god.
Yeah.
He has something called the All Tongue. So no matter what language from any species anyone speaks to him, in his head it translates into English.
Right.
Same with when he speaks back.
Right. Is Thor speaking English though?
He's speaking
His common tongue. Yeah, I'm gonna say Asgardian. Is that a language of its own? I assume.
And also, everyone forgets that Peter Quill in Guardians of the Galaxy, he's speaking English, but he's got, it's in the first movie, you know when they're all in prison?
Yeah.
In list of everything, Peter Quill has a universal translator implanted in his neck.
Oh, wow.
That's why everyone in Guardians of the Galaxy sounds English.
Yeah. That is amazing. I love the concept of the universal translator. Noticeably different genres have done it differently. I like Star Trek's explanation. I even like Farscape's with the universal translator, which I am not going to divulge because I want him to watch it for himself and come to his own conclusions.
Yeah, I need to track that down.
Yeah, Farscape. I'll try and find it for you, but it is very wacky, very quirky, very cringy show.
See, I only am interested in seeing that because I quite liked Dark Matter, which sounded very similar. A bunch of people wake up on the ship, they have no idea who they are, they unravel.
It is similar to that, but it's more just this particular individual is from Earth. He's literally a fish out of water sort of field, to where it's just him and he has to adapt to his own surroundings. And so yeah, you can imagine.
No, I've just realised, favourite alien race, if someone don't put down Zoidberg, I'm going to be quite annoyed.
You're a fan of Futurama. I can imagine that was your thing when you were younger.
I like Simpsons and Futurama, yeah.
I like Simpsons more than Futurama.
Yeah,
I do like Futurama. But what was it? What was your favourite Futurama character?
Zoidberg. Zoidberg or Bender.
Did you feel sorry for Zoidberg?
I did, but also one of my favourite characters in Futurama was, I'll have to look it up, but it's some of, I also like some of the supporting cast, the robots. Yeah. I'm going to put the clamps on you.
Oh, yeah.
Or the one with the knife.
Oh, wow. Stab you. It's, yeah, I got to say my favourite character was probably Fry. I'm going to say Bender, but Fry.
See, Bender,
Fry was the most relatable, wasn't he?
Bender, I quite like the voice actor.
Yeah.
But the problem is that I can't play, watch, or like anything he's in without hearing Bender.
Yeah.
This, not limited to Adventure Time, he's the dog.
Yeah.
Transformers, he's in it. In one of the Michael Bay movies. Gears of War, it's like you're running around as Bender.
Yeah.
And then I sat there and I watched one of the Joker movies and he was voicing him. And I didn't realise until later.
Yeah.
So now I can't watch that Batman movie, animated one, without thinking that Bender is the Joker.
Oh, no. Oh, dear. So, going back in the conversation a little bit, it's quite interesting because you said your girlfriend didn't really watch any Batman at all.
No, so that was interesting with the Joker.
Yeah.
The Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix, brilliant actor. She has never actually seen a Batman movie or read a Batman comic because they are too dark.
Right.
Not like tone-wise, like literally they're too dark. Like it's all in black.
Yeah.
The Joker was mostly set in the day.
Yeah.
So she didn't really have any interaction with the characters.
Ah, see, fair enough.
So that was her first thing, introduction to the character, really. Yeah. Even the cartoons and everything. So when we left and got home, she was like, "Do you have any of like the source material?" I was like, "Yeah, I've got the Killing Joke and I got White Knight."
Yeah.
Things for Joker. She was like, "Yeah, sure." So yeah, I lent them to her, and she thought it was a great movie. So that got her into.
Interesting. No, that is very interesting. That to be fair.
Do you know what movie I think DC need to do next?
Go on.
And this is my personal opinion. I think we need a Bat Cow movie.
Bat Cow.
Bat Cow.
Why?
Just because it'd be funny. Do you not know about this?
No.
There was a cow gonna be slaughtered, and Batman was around doing his like crime thing with Robin, and because this cow stood up to being slaughtered, Bruce Wayne adopted this cow and named it Bat Cow.
You made that up.
I didn't make that up. A Bat Cow's a real thing.
Oh wow, ladies and gentlemen. We present you the great adventures of Bat Cow. No, sorry.
There are some weird things in comics. I think the movies need to stop shying away from it.
What's that?
Like,
Bat cow.
No, just like the weird comic stuff in general.
Yeah, I can understand why they do though, mate.
Yeah, but at the same point,
I mean, yeah, go on.
like, comics are full of weird shit. The most true to comic movie I have seen that is as weird as the comics was Thor Ragnarok.
Was that weird?
Compared to the rest of the MCU. It fits more with Guardians. Think of how bright and colourful and
but it's
the
showing
music.
that there was a connection. Couldn't Thor Ragnarok be perceived as the bridge between Guardians and the rest of the MCU? Because it's fair to say Guardians.
No,
sort of did
they
its own
literally
thing.
went to the comics and trawled through it because Marvel was going to drop Thor from having any more movies like a sack of hot shit like they did the Hulk.
Understandable, because the second one didn't receive that.
No.
So I'm glad they went
Although
outside the box.
I kind of enjoyed it. I mean,
Christopher Eccleston's is a villain in that.
yeah, and he said
What's not to enjoy?
he said he would come back to it if Taika Waititi was in it, but
Actually, I'm sure it must have been when Christopher Eccleston did a comic. I know we sort of covered him last episode, but so this is all. I'll only mention him once in this. He actually mentioned Thor Ragnarok and said he was impressed with it, didn't he?
yeah.
So yeah, interesting.
Do you know what I think the problem with a lot of these people that leave the MCU bitter is that none of them ever read the source material.
No.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go out and play Wolverine. I'm gonna walk around on all fours and pretend to be a wolf. Hugh, what are you doing? I'm being a Wolverine. Here's some comics. He genuinely did that.
Seriously.
Yeah, on the very first X-Men movie, he thought the part was a Wolverine. So he's a method actor, so he was walking around like an animal, growling at people, and someone actually gave him a stack of comics.
Poor Hugh.
Yeah.
Hugh just doesn't get it.
No, Hugh doesn't.
Hugh
get
just doesn't. Hugh, man, you just don't get it. Oh, seriously.
Yeah. I've got a tip. I've got some gaming news as well now.
Go on.
I do enjoy diversifying us in a way. That's it.
Wow, inspirational news. Not have any news this week.
Have you seen all this shit with like Hong Kong and Bethesda and all that?
I haven't.
Yeah.
So this is going to be news for me as
well.
well.
You know, with all the stuff going on in Hong Kong before. So Bethesda have been banning, not Bethesda, Blizzard have been banning people, and the people that made World of Warcraft and Overwatch have been banning people, and anyone saying against. So what the people of Hong Kong have tried to do is they've tried to make one of the characters from Overwatch, Mai, an advocate for the problems in Hong Kong. So she's on all the posters. They've drawn her and all sorts to get back. Nintendo, big dick OG Nintendo, original granddaddy of the gaming world.
Yeah.
Not Atari. Atari's dead. Has tried to distance itself from Blizzard.
Interesting.
And this is like multi-million-pound deal now. Ooh, no, we ain't getting involved in political shit.
Oh dear! Wow. I don't know. I don't really. I'm on the fence on this one.
What else has happened? The creator of the Soulsborne series, Bloodborne, Sekiro, Demon Souls, has actually come out and said that Bloodborne was the best in the series. He knows it, but he doesn't really know what to do with that information. There's been a few little bits.
You gave me some. Don't mean to change the subject ever so fast, but you gave me some interesting news as well when you turned up at my door today.
Yeah,
the Pirates of the Caribbean are going to have a remake. What's going on there?
Yeah, the creator of Chernobyl and the writer of Pirates of the Caribbean 1 to 4 has confirmed they're writing a reboot.
So it is going to happen then? This is going ahead?
Yeah.
What do you think of that? What's your personal opinion on that?
I mean, alright, Pirates of the Caribbean came back in 203?
Yeah.
The original.
Yeah.
So yeah, but don't reboot it.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a bit...
Do you know what my problem with reboots are? Because the same thing has happened with Dr. Dolittle right now.
Yeah.
Is that once you reboot it, people forget the series before.
Do you reckon that's what happens? Do people...
Alright, okay. Robert Downey Jr. is in Dr. Dolittle. Do you know how little people know that Eddie Murphy wasn't the first Dr. Dolittle?
I didn't know that till later life, so I do know where you're coming from on that.
So, I think reboots sometimes shit all over stuff. Like, fair play, this Doctor Dolittle dude.
It's like, sorry to cut you off there, not many people know that Eddie Murphy wasn't actually originally the first Nutty Professor.
Yeah.
Not many people know that.
Or Tom Cruise wasn't the first Mission Impossible. It was a series years before.
Yeah. Good series, actually.
Yeah.
It stands pretty well, even today.
But, have you seen this trailer for the Doctor Dolittle movie?
I haven't. I keep meaning to. I've seen the
Yeah.
poster. I've seen Robert
You
Downey
should.
Jr. Because Robert Downey Jr.
I mean,
looks good in
there's
anything.
someone in the trailer you can't see.
Really? Oh my god. Is he in it?
He's in it!
Oh, wow. I'll give people another hint. Boo, 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 boo.
It is John
You can't
Cena.
see me.
Yeah, he's playing a polar bear or something in the movie.
Oh, get out of it.
No, he's John Cena.
I'd see that just to... I reckon he'd pull it off.
I mean, John Cena's trying to break into movies.
Yes, he is. And doing a spectacular job of it as well, I might
Yeah,
add. He's been in some pretty good
he
films.
gets some little parts.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, what Doctor Dolittle, I loved the original. And whenever I say to people, oh yeah, the Eddie Murphy one was good. No, the weird one with the singing and the push me, pull you and like...
I never saw it.
Yeah, but everyone knows the songs. Like,
Yeah.
or the song, If I Could Talk to the Animals.
Yeah.
Because it's in adverts and stuff.
Yeah.
And I've actually heard famous YouTubers get confused and think that the first Doctor Dolittle movie, this remake coming out, has something to do with My Fair Lady.
Right.
That's how little people know about the original. And it's like, wow.
It's
But
a
yeah,
shame, really.
it is.
What is going on? I've been hearing... Now, I don't know if this is... Changing the subject again ever so slightly. I'm just touching on certain subjects.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if this is gossip or hearsay or if it's actually been confirmed, but there has been a rumour that obviously you've probably heard that they're serialising Lord of the Rings. They're turning it into a series. And there has been talk that they're after a woman playing Gandalf.
Yes, I've heard these rumours. I know they are definitely going to serialise it.
Yes, that has been confirmed. So what are your thoughts? My question to you is this. What are your thoughts if they get a woman to portray Gandalf? Like, personally, I'm on the fence. I can understand if people do get upset by that because the character's a male.
The character's male. Look, as long as they go true to the books and she has a big beard, I'm fine.
Helen Mirren.
Helen, don't insult my Helen Mirren.
Can you pull it off? But no, what's your take on it? Seriously,
I think sometimes, right, so I actually am that guy that enjoys characters but different takes on them and different things.
Yeah, same.
But at the same point, you've got to look at it this way. If Tolkien was alive, would this insult him?
Do you think it... I can't say. I really can't.
I don't know if it would, but I think people need to stop trying to be politically correct and think, alright, if Tolkien, or if the writer of whatever you're doing was alive,
Yeah.
would this insult them?
Yeah, do you think they're not being open-minded enough?
It's nothing to do with political correctness, it's to do with shitting on someone's work.
Yeah.
So, yes, there are some amazing actresses out there, but in everyone's head, you are never going to mistake Ian McKellen saying you shall not pass.
No. Ian McKellen is Gandalf.
Yes.
I'm sorry, even he probably wouldn't appreciate me saying that because actors like to be diverse and don't
Well,
like to
he's
be
also
just
Magneto.
potholed in one role. But yeah, Ian McKellen
the
is
way
Gandalf.
the way I look at it, I like when it comes to making something and changing a character's skin color or gender, it don't bother me.
No.
Political correctness, all right, fine, but don't overdo it just to try and make a statement. Oh, we're making Lord of the Rings as a series. We've changed Gandalf to a woman. All right, what brownie points does that get you?
Do you think they're doing it just to be politically correct though, or are they just wanting to have a unique take on Gandalf?
That's the thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I will see it. I will judge it. But at the same point, they've got to be careful because I will watch a Marvel movie no matter who's in it, or read comics no matter who's in it.
Yeah.
But comics, movies, games, things, they're getting to the point where they are turning a lot of people off from buying their next thing because I ain't buying that. It's getting too politically correct.
It is starting to put people off, isn't it? When a show or franchise gets too politically correct.
It's like, yeah, all right, fair enough. So that's all I'm going to say on it. But it's just the world's got to be careful when they make something, because if I wrote a book and I intended the character to be a man, and I've got female characters in it as well, and they're both as good as each other, as any writer should, and you make a movie, be like, right, we're going to make this character a woman. No, you're not. Well, yeah, because we've got full control. Okay. Let me ask you, in 5 years, they remake The Hunger Games. Katniss Everdeen is a man.
Can see it.
See? So it fits.
Yeah, I could actually see it. They could, personally, if I was in charge of Hunger Games, I would make Katniss Everdeen a man, but him gay as well. That's my personal take on it.
So they've just got to be careful what they do, because a lot of people...
That's my take, but that's what I'd do, but go on. If I had that creative control.
A lot of people are just on the fence with everything, and I think sometimes directors and writers just do stuff just to try and be like current. Oh, everyone else is like changing this, or I think the best argument I've heard for like male characters changing and become female characters, or suddenly games having is when Assassin's Creed Origins turned around, not Origins, Odyssey turned around and went, we have one of the first female lead video games, and everyone and their mum turned around and went, Samus Aran, Lara Croft, 2 games ago, Syndicate, like we've had loads of female-led games. Like, this isn't a first.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. There was, what was it? I saw a funny meme on Facebook the other day, actually, and what is it? It might have been Doctor Who, because Jodie Whittaker was the first female Doctor, and people said, "Oh wow, it's great to have a female role model in the sci-fi genre at last." And there was someone else, and there was Kate Mulgrew who played Janeway, and underneath it said, "Bitch, please."
Yeah, I
Have
saw
you
that
seen
as
that
well.
meme?
It's like Janeway showing us what a strong, independent woman character was like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah.
Right, we are getting to the end.
Oh, we?
Yeah, we are.
Fucking hell.
So, just to wrap
Last
up,
step, go on.
the question I have asked, favourite sci-fi race, and you have to comment underneath the YouTube video or underneath a comment on Irvine's Facebook. Private messages don't count.
Also, it is time. Whose turn is it? Whose turn is it, actually? I can't remember.
I don't know. Look, will you just fucking like, comment, and describe? Subscribe if you're listening, because I'm getting real sick of fucking saying it. Like, it started as a joke, and now it's annoying me. Sorry, I mean, like, comment, and subscribe, and please ding that bell.
Yeah, please like us.
Yeah.
Please like us.
I mean, in all fairness, I'd lie if I said I wouldn't be happy if people subscribed. But at the same point, if you've got to beg and ask people to subscribe, hey, don't forget to do this.
Yeah.
They clearly didn't like it.
Hey, have you sorry to cut you off there, I've got to make this point. Have you seen how Judge Rinder tries to get people to subscribe to his channel?
No.
Just look at it. Oh! Wasn't there some, well, you can cut this out anyway. Wasn't there someone that we should have mentioned on Twitter?
Oh, we'll do it next time.
Do it next time.
Yeah,
Are you sure we'll do it next time?
We will.
I can get his Twitter.
No, we'll do it next time.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
But all right. So yeah, this has been us. We've got like 5 minutes.
So is there anything?
No.
I'm loving how I'm trying to get you to open
up.
No.
Game news. I've remembered something.
Oh.
Ubisoft have apologised for the piss poor game that was Ghost Recon Breakout, or whatever the new one is, because the beta was not representative of what the actual game was.
Yeah.
The graphics are different, it's all just bland, and they basically put all the money into the actor's face that played Shane in The Walking Dead or The Punisher.
Oh, wow.
So they have apologised, which is rare for a big AAA game company. Normally they fuck up and blame everyone else.
Ah. Any shout outs or anything, no?
No.
I'm trying to think. No, none for me.
Nope.
Oh, by the way, I think I should mention, I found out the gender of the baby. That's on its way. I'm having a boy, for those who may or may not be interested. So, yeah, I told my potential audience, you know, that I had a kid on the way. I found out the gender of that baby, just in case you were interested to know.
I'm over the moon and thrilled for you.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I think we shall wrap it up then. I have been Dancingbear.
And I've been Koala.
Or just Tom, as he sometimes he calls himself. Have a safe week, and as always, goodbye.
Yep. See you guys next week.
Bye-bye.